Alrighty, we have been live for about 10 seconds now and haven't immediately dropped a million frames, which is great considering how shitty my connection's been the past few days. So we're going to get going here. Thank you all for joining us again for another Sunday afternoon SoundGoblin Storytime here at SoundGoblin Gaming. We're going to be continuing on today with Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. Before that, I am, as always, your host, Bograt.
I am the Krampus.
I'm Shiv.
And I'm Hunter Green.
And Vince will probably be joining us later on. But yeah, before we get started, again, our standard content warning. This game contains a lot of very sensitive subjects and doesn't handle any of them particularly well. So the big ones are murder, suicide, child abuse, dismemberment, domestic abuse, and sexual assault. If any of these things are trauma triggers for you, this is probably not the game or the stream for you, and we apologize. Last time around, we wrapped up all that we had unlocked for the second team we actually give a shit about, and now we get to go finish up the team nobody gives a fuck about.
Garbage team, let's go.
So as you can see here, we did do already the kind of housekeeping stuff. We did the, push the button, don't push the button. We didn't actually do this side of it, so we'll do that real quick. Because we did the press the button. We didn't actually do what happens if they don't press the button, but we don't really care. It's just going to be a quick thing.
Hopefully they die.
They might. I don't actually remember offhand what state we left everything in.
Can I just say I'm sad that when they show this that's supposed to be like, oh, Q Team has been killed by acid, there's not just the head, like giant metal ball head.
Oh, that fucking head melted. Hydrofluoric acid, don't give a fuck, man.
Seems like the other teams didn't press
They
it
used
either.
that shit to burn through steel.
I am so
Fair
glad.
enough, but if there's enough chunks, or enough for meat chunks to be left over, you'd think some of the metal helm would be there.
Yeah.
Who really knows?
Yeah, but that would have required them to make an additional art asset, seeing as they use the same meat chunks for every team.
What?
Everyone's made of the same meat.
Yes. They're all meat on the inside.
Misunderstanding, so I shall clear it up for you. I never said the showers would activate as soon as the button was pressed. Which means you've yet to learn whether the button has been activated by someone or not.
What? Then we'll have to wake up to find out if we're alive or not.
Now, it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know that you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
No!
I was about to ask, have a whiny bitch moment for Eric counter, then realized that you'd be pausing the game every 5 seconds.
Yeah, like I said, if I had a fuck Eric counter in this game, it would have exploded by the end of the first session. So. Alright, yeah, so we weren't in a state where we would have actually unlocked any additional stuff. So, as is typical, we'll just kind of start from the top and work our ways down.
Yep.
That being said, for those of you who might be not as familiar with strange and odd chemicals, just to give you an aspect on it, if you do a Google search for hydrofluoric acid, one of the first results is the 4 deadliest acids known to man.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
Alright, listen up, you fucking
They're
idiots.
just messing with us.
Well, this is good, though. Now we know no one's died so far.
So far. You make it sound like somebody will die at some point.
Isn't that obvious?
Oh, they will.
We're all human.
Oh, come on. There's no way I'm dying of old age here.
Oh, but I guess the vote at 1330 went really well.
Sounds like everyone spread the votes out.
Wait,
That is an
forget that
old
for now.
computer.
Look at your bracelets.
0003?
Not exactly a Happy New Year kind of mood, is it?
Yeah, there's nothing to be happy about.
There is! The death count is 0. That's plenty to be happy over. That being said, how about a celebratory shot?
Do you need to rub it in?
Oh, that's right. You're still a minor.
Also,
That's not what I
helmet.
meant at all.
His head. He's got a giant metal orb on his head, remember?
Oh, that thing. Well, don't you have some sort of mouth part to open?
No. Of course I don't. If it opened, it would have done that a long... It's open.
Huh?
Look, the box. The Force Quit box.
Let's check it out.
Why is it open?
And what's up with this weird device?
Huh, something's displayed on the monitor here.
It says, to execute the Force Quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
What if... maybe it's...
Hey! Where are you going? Where are we?
The map says we're in...
the Quantum Computer Dome. The computers in here govern all the functions that run within the shelter.
Why do you know that?
I can't really tell you why, because I don't know.
What?
Anyway, I think they mean this when they say Central Control Computer.
So, what about that thing?
Wait, I feel like I'm remembering something.
I feel like you remember a lot of things you don't know
I
why.
know.
Know what?
The way you start up the system. First, we need to get the cover off. There's no way we can insert the plug if we don't.
The plug?
Please, just shh. I think the number is...
Dun dun.
So, obviously, we have no fucking clue what this is yet.
Oh.
And we won't until pretty much the end of the game. By hitting the setup now
What
where
was
all
it?
3 teams have voted not to press the button in the horrible
Come
acid chamber,
on.
we actually did unlock this sort of force quit button or force quit box thing for each team. But each team has
Doesn't know the code. Or
well,
different.
has slightly different stuff going on. So, like, Q Team, for instance, ends up running to the quantum computer room. As we come here to Team D, we'll see they have a different thing going on with their force quit box, and Team C likewise has a different thing going on with theirs.
Now announcing.
So we'll just clean these up real quick, and then we'll get into Q Team.
None. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
The amount of deaths, none.
Hey,
Get on
excuse
with
me,
it.
but could we maybe call a cab? We have a lost child here.
Who are you talking about?
Well, best to get her home soon. Her mother must be worried. And
You know better than anyone that I don't have one.
good God.
0003? We're in the new year now?
So it's no longer 2028, but
January 1st, 2029. Our memories end after we voted at 1330.
now we're stuck with a 10-hour blank gap.
But were we really asleep that whole time? We might have woken up several times since then, but we've only forgotten about it.
Because of the drugs. Huh.
Even in these mostly an ending path,
Hey,
you
look,
still have to
the
go
box.
over this same
Box?
shit.
The Force Quit box.
Why is it open?
No idea.
There's text displayed on the monitor.
Force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. How about that?
That's not what it says.
Wait,
It says
think
blur,
there's more to
blur,
the
blur,
message.
blur, blur.
Each
Low
is
quality
mother's-
JPEG.
A mother's memento?
Diana, does any of that ring a bell for you?
No!
Hey, what's wrong?
My head! My head! No. That can't be!
What is it?
Did you remember something?
But if that's true, then the key items we need to insert are...
So again, we have no idea what these are supposed to be yet.
Well, I think I know what one is, but I don't know what the password, like how it would be as a password. Mother's memento sounds like it's a thing Spy has.
Huh.
That is one of them. You
I
are
wonder
correct.
why
And
What's the matter?
I think they use
I
brooch for
I
that,
thought I remembered. But then
if
it
I'm
slipped
remembering
through my
correctly.
fingers.
We'll get there.
Can't
But it also
believe
doesn't help if we only know one of
Wait.
the two. So
I know I can get it. Let me try again.
so we do get those little sort of unique extra bits if we don't actually know the answer, just like in the previous game when we didn't know the password for the computer. It had a little bit of extra stuff there for passing through that. But yeah, as you can see here, we actually have 2 new things over here. But we'll leave that other one for later. We're going to do the Force Quit box, and then we are going to slog through what we have of Team Q. We may have a chance to get to this other one on Team C, just because there's not actually a lot to do with Team Q right now.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none.
Pausing for dramatic effect.
Please continue enjoying the decision game.
Ha! Enjoy my ass!
Well, at least everything went well. We now know that Q Team and D Team are safe.
Oh, so the votes were balanced.
You mean from back at 1330?
I'm pretty sure that's the moment.
So, what time is it now?
0003.
Does that mean we're in the new year?
If the time on this watch is right, I guess so.
Whoa, but wait. What if time ended up going in reverse?
Shut up.
What are you talking about, Junpei?
I just thought that maybe that was the case. So, what do we
So
do
that
now?
blank stare, just like
This is becoming a regular thing.
So Junpei has
Wanna play
stopped being an
hoops?
asshole and has just
There
become
aren't
an
any
idiot.
balls.
We can use Gab.
Junpei, you're really...
And back to asshole.
Then how about that box? Seriously, what the hell is this thing?
A Force Quit box.
I know that. I'm asking what exactly it's going to end.
Whatever it is, we can't do anything unless we have the password.
A password. Huh.
Maybe the password's password.
What is it, Carlos?
I feel like I can almost remember.
What?
The password to open this box.
How do you know?
Just shut up for a second. I think the password has to be
Again, we don't actually know the password to this yet. Sure, why not?
It's password 1.
Goddamn pay.
Damn it.
Clearly it was
It's
passwords.
right there on the tip of my tongue.
Swordfish. All right.
So with that, you can see now we have a bit more of the flowchart filled in because we have a whole bunch of the force quit box sequences. But now, let's go through all this Q-Team crap. So this one is one that I think I pointed out previously on the flowchart, where there is actually a selection that has like 4 paths off of it. We really only have the possibility of doing 3 of them at the moment. But we'll get there when we get there. To do the 4th one, again, involves information we don't actually have yet.
What the heck? What is this?
Take it off! I said take it off!
Ah! Open, damn it!
May you rest in peace. Morskelda Orengelda.
We all had the same creepy dream.
Huh? I thought we had died.
Huh?
A bomb on our collars exploded.
Maybe it was some kind of bad dream.
Dream? I hope that's what it was.
In case anyone was wondering, that particular Latin phrase, morscerta ora incerta,
I'll go
is
check out the other
roughly
rooms.
death is certain
Have fun.
when is not.
How profound.
1810.
In fact, I think we probably have the file now that talks about that. Yeah, death is certain, its hour is uncertain, is what they go with. We also at one point got Decine fata du inflecti sperare precando, which is fate and the dooming gods are deaf to tears. Cry all you want, you still gonna die, bitch.
God, Eric. Why is he even bothering to look in the other rooms? We already searched through each one when we first woke up. Nothing.
I don't think we've seen all of them. There was that one room we couldn't figure out how to get into.
Oh, that's right.
Hey.
Hello, Vince.
Let's go!
All you have missed so far is we did the path where we didn't press the button in the horrible acid room, which then unlocked a thing for each team looking at their force quit box, and each one had a slightly different thing, which
How
we don't know
crazy
any of
is
the
this?
answers to yet, so it didn't
I
really
was
do
tapping
anything.
spots on the wall in the hallway when...
You opened some kind of secret door. You did good. I'm impressed.
Don't be.
Oh, wow. This room has a whole lot of books.
You like to read?
No, that Mike can behave himself for like 10 minutes.
Do you like to read?
You like gladiator movies?
I don't know.
Come on, you're talking
Ever been
about
to
yourself
a Turkish bathhouse?
I don't know. Do I like to read?
Your mom still hang around dockside bars?
So, what is this room anyway?
A study? Though it's practically an entire library. Seems like someone was just here.
Who? The only one who can wander freely would be...
Right. It's got to be Zero.
That's
so
the dog.
That means...
This is
Or someone else we don't know about.
If it is, then there's gotta be some sort of clue. Something about who Zero is, or how to get out of this crazy place.
If anything was hidden in here... Those safes would be the best bet.
Let's start looking.
So we now get to our first puzzle room as Team Q.
To leave
How about
this
to
room,
laugh at
you
you?
must sacrifice one of your members.
Eric. Why did
That
you
was
over
faster than I
yourself?
expected.
I know
You
how
know,
the bread's buttered.
You know, I preemptively installed the bomb inside of Eric just in case.
So, these weird figures of dudes are one of the primary puzzle components of this room. So we get this key with the dude on it. And if we look over here, there's a safe with that dude on it. Tough puzzle.
Yeah.
Gun!
So inside we get this thing. And the star mark key.
So, brief
And a
sound
fucking
thing.
gun.
Josh, you're coming by a little bit quiet.
Alright, let me adjust my mixer real quick.
I got a gat.
Yep.
Shoot Eric. Problem solved.
Okay, I should be significantly louder now.
No.
Then there's nothing I can do about it. Too fucking bad.
Okay.
And we also got this, which says HFGY for Birdman. Now you may have noticed as I was looking around, there's this thing over here on the chair with the Birdman symbol on it.
Birdman!
Or Manbird.
I always forget.
There are 4 letters. If you are silly enough to think that it's actually just HFGY.
Correct?
No.
Aww.
No, you have to unscramble that.
Yep. Now that being said, something I haven't actually shown off yet, because it didn't really come up. We do have a status screen we can check that shows us all the status of these, and they actually have different images for the different people, and there are also different ones whether they are like alive or dead. So this is actually Junpei's dead one, even though it doesn't say dead. Junpei is dead in this timeline right now, so that's why we get this. But yes, every character does have a different representation. Carlos here is like this stoic G.I. Joe hero figure. Akane is a Catgirl Nendoroid. Q is just mysterious and is just the letter Q. Mira is a Bratz doll. Eric is a fucking baby. Diana is like a sort of creepy, sort of like American Girl dollish kind of thing.
Mary? Kind of resembles what they tend to draw Mary as.
Sort of. Phi is whatever the fuck this is.
Some kind of paper craft cutout.
Yeah, and Sigma is a nutcracker.
That's pretty accurate.
But yes, my favorite thing of all of it is just fucking Eric being the fucking baby with the pacifier and everything. It's like,
Fantastic.
they fucking knew. They fucking knew. Alright, so over here we've got the star safe. So let's just go ahead and get that open, because we just have a fucking key for it.
That's
In
tough
there,
puzzle.
we get part C.
That's
We also get this
Cascade.
moon card, which says nil. And we get note 1, which says S0216.
Sure is a thing.
So you can see we've got a few other safes around the room. We also have these stairs we can actually go up. And up here is another safe. That one has the moon emblem on it. And we get the Polovtsian secret, number 1. Each Polovtsian doll pose has a meaning. Right hand over chest means confirm. Crouching with hands on knees means deny. A doll in the deny pose indicates the meaning is the opposite. For example, nil changes to exist. So we already have that card that told us that moon is nil. Now we look over here, we can see that the Pelovtsian doll on top of this moon safe is in the confirm position.
Yep.
Which means that this is, in fact, nil. Inside there, we get part E here.
And a crossbow.
And a crossbow. And the sun card. And the sun card has the sun symbol and also says nil.
So sun and moon are nil in some order.
Or if the sun might actually have opposite. Or the
Alternatively,
deny.
we come over
alternatively,
here, and here we have the sun safe and the Pelovtsian doll in the deny pose.
And we now know the opposite of nil is exist. Because, yes.
Yeah, don't question it too much.
the opposite of nil could be bakes for all it matters. It's a puzzle.
Yeah. Look like a
So we
treasure
get
to
part
me.
F here.
Looks like a bomb.
Oh yeah, we need to assemble it.
And we have this lever, which we pull, which activates this Captain Kirk-ass chair over here.
Unfortunately, it does not make the place blow up.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping it was gonna make the place blow up.
So on the note of combining stuff, we can combine parts C and D to make part CD. We can combine parts E and F to make part EF.
And else we have yet to get parts A and B.
Correct. But I mean, we still have quite a lot to do.
Like that bird thing.
It's like that bird man.
And whatever the hell those guys are doing.
Well, those are more Pelovtsian figures, which are in some sort of pose, which probably means something.
YMCA.
Now, if we come over here to investigate this chair, you can see we have a keypad and some numbers. Now, we did have this memo over here. We're going to go and do that. Clean that up. Yeah, we did get this file with note 1, which is S0216.
Whee!
So this
I like
elaborate
the
looking
dangling
chair's book retrieval system.
Better hope your books are in this one specific bookshelf. Because it doesn't look like it's on rails and can move or anything.
Yeah, it seems like
Now we
kind
got
of a design flaw.
Pelovtsian Secret 2, which tells us there are additional poses for the Pelovtsian dolls. From left to right, right hand raised is the grass dance, move 3 down. Left hand raised is the sand dance, move 5 down. Left hand extended out is the wind dance, move 7 down. These poses are used as a communication method with distant friends to indicate a change of date or order of letters.
Alright, so we have 4 letters and we have a bunch of poses to figure out what the actual letters are.
Yes.
And they're all down.
Yes,
Yes.
they are all down. So, again, this is one of those instances of we could sit here and work out the cipher, blah, blah, blah.
But it's a simple enough cipher, so screw it, just go enter it.
Yeah.
I can actually get a line on this thing. It's annoying because you're kind of locked to a single spot that you rotate around in this instance, and there's a lot of shit in the way. But what the cipher ends up coming to is mind.
I was hoping milk. It's a really messy. Zeros and weird shit. And that's the tamest part.
Which once we open the bird map, we get part B. And note 2. Bullet for C team, arrow for Q team, acid for D team. But acid for D team is scratched out.
Also, that thing kind of reminded me of weird cipher from the code.
So that being said, it is bullet for C team.
So Carlos.
And Phi. Or no, damn it. That's D team.
Yeah.
It's Carlos. Junpei,
the
and Kane.
Yeah.
So now we need arrow, or actually bolts, but I'm not going to be too much about that.
For Q team.
Yep. So, Mira, the baby, Troishka doll. Doing that gets us a grenade launcher. Don't ask questions. Shut up.
You do.
It's like all of Resident Evil combined into a single room.
I was literally about to say, oh god, we're in the Spencer Mansion. Good news, you have the stuff we need to fight the hunters.
So we get the bright idea to fire the grenade launcher at this cracked glass wall, but in order to be safe, we'll do it from the second floor.
Yeah, that makes sense. That powerful. All it did was break off a glass door. Everything else is left untouched.
Well, I doubt
he
he'd
didn't even knock the figures over.
No. Though, in fairness, I don't think he'd give us a real grenade launcher for this.
So we got part A.
Or real grenade launcher shells, rather.
And we also got note 3, which says J0503.
And we have 3 dolls.
Yes, that all say down a.
Yep.
Down something, yeah.
Now we are, mind you, going to go ahead and just take care of this in advance. So now we have...
We made something!
Combined key.
Sure! That's a
if
key.
we had looked at
blade.
this big safe before... we would see there's this weird-ass keyhole here with like 3 sort of flanges off of it. You found it.
We found it.
One thing we did miss out on there, but like we can go back if we feel like it. There basically is another book we can grab.
What does kill one mean?
Which is we take the book we found in that other safe with the 3 figures, apply the effects to those letters, and we do Q1210. We'll do that again in a second here after we do this ending.
Is that...
No!
Junpei!
By the way, Junpei is dead.
Ah, that one.
This ending will never stop being funny.
Clearly I'm the murderer.
No!
Did Carlos just kill himself?
With a fire axe? Weirdly?
But why?
But
Maybe
how?
it had to do with
You should
Junpei's
exert enough pressure to do
body?
that.
Now announcing the current casualties. C Team, Carlos.
Like, realistically, axes aren't even particularly sharp. They mostly work by a wedge action.
These 5 are now deceased. As a result, 5 X-passes will be revealed. Bite, jump.
I mean, you can sharpen it to razor sharp. It's just it won't stay that way for very long.
That is all.
Yeah.
Wait,
Again, axes
it
are
mentioned
not
5 people,
technically
right?
really cutting
Aside
implements
from
per
us,
se. They are
Akane's
a
left.
wedge.
But why in the world did
They
D-Team...
split more than they cut.
The execution. Back
They
during the
apply a
vote
lot
in
of weight and
1330,
force to
D-Team
a very small area.
Well, the reason
basically.
why isn't the issue.
Yeah.
What's
So you can also see
important
those
is the
portraits in the
reveal of
background
5
change.
X-passes.
I think if we check the status screen now as well, we will see, yeah. So we have dead Junpei, dead Carlos, and all of the D-Team dead ones, which Sigma's dead portrait is the laziest thing on Earth because it's literally just the Nutcracker with its mouth open.
Yeah. Fi's just colored in.
In other words...
Still more effort.
If one more person dies...
Why are we all looking at the kid?
Mexican. This is the dumbest Mexican standoff I've seen.
Hey guys, we should stay calm now.
Fire the grenades while
Put these weapons down.
Put yours down first.
What are you saying, Eric? If I put mine down, then you'll...
Huh?
Look over there.
If I put mine down,
Why,
then...
Mira?
Oh wait, no, you'll just kill yourself.
We're in love. Aren't we?
Eric, this will be hard for you to hear, but I think you might be mistaken about that.
You're lying!
Then why is a gun pointed at you right now?
No, it's not what it looks like, Eric. I love you with all that I am.
Mira.
So you know what you need to do, right?
Huh?
Pull the trigger.
Swallow
Take
that
us all
grenade.
out.
Get it?
What do you mean?
God, how dumb can you get?
Mira, this isn't you trying to get Eric to kill me, is it?
Don't be stupid. I have this gun pointed at him so that I can protect you, of course. If I drop my weapon, then Eric will...
Then Eric, how about you putting yours down first?
No way! Not happening. If I put this down, you'll definitely kill Mira.
There's no way I will.
No?
How
I'll
would I
kill
know?
you.
What proof do I have that
Because
you won't
Mira will
up and
probably just
fire
kill
that
you.
thing?
Also, who reloaded it?
You know, just in case.
Hey, we aren't getting anywhere like this.
And I gotta
If
go to the bathroom.
Just one more person dies. One more person. One more. Just one more.
Decision time?
Yep.
Do we get to choose all three?
Sort of.
I mean,
Or
I would
between all
imagine
three,
if you
you
fire a grenade launcher 5 feet away from yourself, it ends up being all three.
Well, here's the thing.
yes.
In this particular
there's
instance,
4.
we are playing as the kid, and we are deciding who the kid's going to kill.
Eric.
I mean, there's 3 options. I assume you have the option of no one.
Yes, the 3 obvious options are Eric, Mira, and nobody.
Yeah, there was a 4th option that we weren't allowed to. That told we weren't.
We don't
gonna
know
be
the
able
we
to
don't
do.
know the information necessary to do the 4th option right now.
So I'm gonna say Eric.
Krampus, your vote.
Yeah, I vote Eric.
Shiv.
Yeah, go ahead and put a bolt in them.
I mean, did you really need to put that one to a vote?
I was considering saving it for last.
This is the little dessert. I could get that.
Yeah.
You know what? Nope. Yeah.
That's okay. This is actually probably the more interesting one, just storyline-wise. We find out some real interesting things about some characters on this path.
We wasted no time.
Oh no,
That
that
wasn't a fatal
short
plot.
food will totally instantly kill him. Because apparently everyone's blood is under
Also,
extreme pressure.
Also, that specific spot would definitely not be a fatal shot. Not from a crossbow.
No.
No, like, if anything, actually, kind of where that hit, it wouldn't even sink in that far. He basically hit the fucking collarbone.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe a little
the
bit
lamest
below.
Time Lord,
Like a
and
guy
is
who
only
can-
all in weird places.
I could be a little
You
bit
probably
lenient in
come
two
out of
ways.
this
If it has
to
enough
help you
pressure,
right
or if it
now,
has
but-
enough power on that crossbow, it could go through bone. Also, it
However-
might have gone a little bit below it.
Eric,
Also,
I'm
yes,
going
there
to
is
kill
that.
you.
I see.
You're right. He doesn't die from that crossbow
You
bolt.
only need
Yeah.
one more.
Do you have any last words?
Mira,
I don't want to die.
forgive you. You look better when you smile.
Shoot him.
Appropriate
Thank
response
you.
for telling a woman to smile more.
Pretty much.
Why?
You're asking me that? You're the one who took the first shot.
Seriously.
Now buckle
Yeah.
in, because we get to find
You're
out
right,
why Mira is a
but-
totally fucking horrible person.
How can you be so calm about it?
Calm?
Also, how would you kill him without making
oh,
a
no,
bullet
I'm
wound in the
actually
skull?
surprised right now.
Goddamn impressive.
I had
covered
no
up by his
idea
hair.
last words would be the same as my firsts.
It's not how
Your
bullet wounds work.
first.
No,
Granted,
not
this
that
is
way. It's something
media.
else.
They don't generally have bullet
First of
wounds
all,
work
it's
how they
not as
actually
if I
work,
was
so it's
actually
just
I
a
mean,
that.
or anything.
also in fairness, we don't
I
actually know what the
guess you
caliber
were
of that
really
handgun
in
is.
love then.
That's kind
I
of true
suppose you
too.
thought we were, though. I just let him go since it would have been a hassle.
A hassle? What about how Eric feels?
His feelings, huh?
Also,
I
entrance
haven't
wounds
really been able to
can be
understand
pretty
emotions
small
my
depending
whole
on the
life.
caliber. Exit wounds are usually the
Anger,
bigger ones.
sadness, pain,
Yeah,
fear,
but we don't see any evidence of an
and
exit wound
things
either on
like
that.
love.
It'd be the
So
back
when
of
Eric
his
said he
head,
liked
you
me
know,
as
the
much
part
as
that's
he did,
against
I
the
didn't
ground that
know
we're not really
why.
seeing.
I don't even
Yeah,
really
but there's no gray
understand
matter
what
or
he said
anything
before he
on the
died.
ground.
It depends what
You say that like Eric has a
45
brain.
won't do a exit.
You got a point there.
Caliber weapon. The real problem is that it was a really quiet gun. It's probably just a BB gun.
Nope,
I mean,
built-in
I want to make sure
silencer.
he's dead. I mean, God, I want to make sure he's dead too, but this is a bit much.
She has her
What are you
reasons.
doing?
I'm going to touch Eric's heart.
Judging by that blood splatter, playing
Ever
Dragon.
since I was little, I've always been told I'm callous and unfeeling. Why did the faces on people change? I never understood what expressions were.
Hey, y'all remember that whole
I'd
thing
take a
about the
mirror and
serial
practice
killer that
making
ripped
them
out
every
people's
day,
hearts?
but they'd never quite
Ah.
look right. One day my mother told me something. Deep inside a person's chest is an object called a heart. This heart controls their emotions and changes their expressions. I remember thinking, that's unfair. Why was everyone hiding this important thing inside so no one else could see? I wanted to see what it looked like. I decided my first would be a woman, about the same age as my mother. I waited on an isolated street so there would be no bystanders. And then I stabbed her without warning with a small knife I brought with me. I'd practiced on animals, but I was still surprised by how fast she collapsed.
Why did you do this? I want to see what a heart is. I think I'm the only one who doesn't know.
There are medical documentaries you could watch. You bitch.
That's where you hide it, right?
Autopsies are a
I know
thing.
where it is.
Hurry up and show me!
I forgive you. So please, don't ever do something so terrible again. Can you do that?
Why?
Because smiles look better on you.
Smiles? The woman didn't answer me.
That is fucking
I
dumb.
patted at her face for a long time. She didn't even blink anymore. When I gave up on waking her, I thoroughly searched for her heart. It took some time, but I soon felt an
So,
unfamiliar,
just to connect some dots here that the
warm,
game never really
comforting
explicitly
sensation.
comes out with. So if you remember that story about the woman who took a different running path because of a snail blocking
last
the other
expression
one,
the woman
that
formed
wasn't
on
an
her face was a
allegory, that was
smile.
real. This is that woman,
Well, that's when I realized that
and
this
this is why
kind
she
of moment
died.
was when you should
Also, it's
smile.
Eric's mother.
I began to hunt for that, reaching out and touching heart after heart. I was terrible at it at first. I barely touched hearts and always badly. But after doing it over and over again, I eventually got better at it. Fear, hatred, sadness. I learned about so many emotions by touching hearts. And there was always new expressions to see. But unfortunately, after that first, I was never able to find that comforting heart. I wanted to feel that warmth one more time. I wandered aimlessly, searching to find someone who held that same warmth. And that was how one day I came across Eric. He was working at an ice cream shop. With one glance, I could tell he was useless. No talent, no worth, nothing.
That's
I've
fair.
seen many hearts
Yeah.
of those like him, but none held my interest. Naive, helpless weaklings. It's as if they're amusing creatures simply there to be exploited. That's all I saw them as. But Eric, something felt different with him. I stopped by the shop several times to watch him. I just had to figure out how he was different from all the others. I tried talking to him. I spent time speaking with him, going places together
Then
to
I
learn
realized
how
he
he
constantly
reacts.
smelled vaguely of rotten
But I
cheese.
still didn't know.
Oh, God.
At one point, I thought I'd made a mistake. But
It's like he showered in milk.
oh, this is it. I knew Eric would be different.
First, I thought it was weird that the ice cream
I
store
had a
always
hunch
smelled
when
like
I first
feet.
met
Then
him.
I realized it was just
And
Eric.
I was right. I told you, didn't I?
He's filled with
His
candy.
last words were exactly the same as my first. How incredible is that?
Turns out Eric's actually a pinata that was brought to life by child wishes.
This person
A lot of blood just driven
really,
from that.
truly loved me.
It's about commensurate with how much sprays out of them from fairly minor wounds.
Yeah.
So this is love. This.
Now announcing the current casualties.
Now announcing Jesus Christ.
Junpei. Q-Team. Eric.
Ah!
Diana. 5.
If I were on YouTube and still alive, and not Mira, I'd be running for my fucking life.
6 X-passes will be revealed.
It's fine.
Jump. Pour. Blue. Red. Milk. That is all.
I just noticed. I think that's an anagram.
An anagram?
Yes.
You've switched the letters around to get a different meaning. The truth is invisible.
So that's what it changes to, huh?
I mean, it
What
doesn't
do you
make any
think it
more
means?
sense that way, but fuck it.
I'm not really sure. Maybe it's similar to a
Also,
human
do you
heart.
want me to get you like a towel or something?
You can't see it because it's hidden inside your chest.
I mean, if you
That's
actually plan on
very-
leaving the facility, I would suggest at least a change of
All
clothes
right.
or something.
Should I put them in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fight, jump, pour, blue, red, milk.
Yep.
I gotta admire this kid's ability to stay calm in the presence of a fucking psycho.
I mean, in fairness, he only witnessed her kill Eric. I'd be okay with it too.
And he was cool with Eric
It's
dying.
not
I mean,
the
he did shoot
kill,
Eric
it's
from
what she did after the kill.
What? It's not like she
Yeah.
ate the heart. God. And Gab escapes too. Hooray.
That's important.
Hooray!
And with that, we reach what is considered our second actual, like, tracked ending. which is Q End 1, which uses the crossbow emblem.
Yep.
So now you can see, because I've got my other save file here, that the different endings are also color-coded based on the teams. So there's actually only one C-team quote-unquote ending. There are two Q-team endings, two D-team endings, and then another that's like the true ending symbol there.
Yeah.
The all sky.
Now, that being said, we're going to do this thing real quick, just to get back through
Yeah,
this, so I can show the other book.
Yeah.
I feel like we might be able to skip all this and see. Right, we didn't need to do this one. It's the sun save, I think.
Yeah.
Which you need the key for anyway, so.
Oh, no, you don't. Sun save would
No.
exist.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then the switch. Which
Yep.
sadly is not a bomb.
Nope. But that being said, if we take the note we got and apply the cipher to it based off of the figures, let me pull up my notes again here. It comes to, there we go, Q1210. Which we basically get just by going, like, down the correct amount of letters from stuff we got, because it was, like, J, and I think it was down 7, if I recall correctly, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gives us Q, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That being said, if you put in wrong stuff, you basically get nothing. It just kind of wastes a little time and, like, oh, it didn't work.
I would laugh if there were some just hidden geo points there.
All it gets us is this blueprint to show us how to build the device, which is it
Wow.
it gives us the blueprint to show the device. It gives us a symbol on there to show us that it's like, oh, it's more the safe with that symbol. It is the most useless piece of the puzzle I've ever seen in my life.
So the only thing that's actual important there is the fact that the EF has to be the last thing connected.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, you could easily find that by trial and error.
Yeah, like you did.
Actually, we'll go with the nobody one first, just because if I remember correctly, that one's short and actually kind of funny.
Ah, so it's nobody instead of no one.
I think it works either way.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll just slowly put my weapon down first. So now, you two?
Yeah.
Laugh
okay.
at Eric, just pulls the trigger and kills them all.
No!
Eric, you dumbass.
How did you guys manage to run away while...
What an idiot.
It's a very localized grenade launcher that also apparently shoots shells all of like 2 feet.
I'm not even sure that's 2 feet. I think it just fell out of the barrel.
Diana, Phi, Sigma. These 6 are now deceased. As a result, 6 X-passes will be revealed.
Doesn't even make you put in the password.
Nope.
Well, you're dead.
That's true.
Yep, as it said, Q is dead, and realistically, from the Q team stuff, we went generally.
Let's go, Mira.
Perspective of Q.
Let's get out of here and build a happy home and wonderful future together.
Yeah.
But yes, that particular scene of the grenade just kind of flopping gently to the ground and then blowing the fuck up is it's pretty beautiful.
Also, grenades fired from grenade launchers have arming distances?
Yes, yes, they do.
Yeah.
I have you, Mira. Man, this bed is super comfy. I couldn't
They
ask
do
for
literally
anything
design
more.
those things so the idiots
Isn't
they
that
have
right?
to
Kill a wall in
blow
front of you and
themselves
blow
up.
the team up.
Right.
I hope we can be like this every day. Forever and ever and...
Yay! Don't
I've heard
worry,
stick a fork in
Eric
him,
still
it's done, but
dies.
stick a knife in him?
Hey, Mira, what are you doing with that knife? Oh, you're stabbing me. Well, I guess that's okay. I'm actually very curious with this mysterious fourth option.
We'll get there towards the very end of the game.
That's what counts.
Now, mind you, there's clearly a correct answer here.
That's actually the answer is Gap.
Monster.
Who will you kill? God.
So, one interesting thing is if you say Q, it says please input Q's name.
Ah, so I'm guessing that's what the fourth option is.
That is, in fact, what the fourth option is. But we don't actually know what Q's name is. That being
Obviously, it's a Tribe Called Quest.
said, let me see. I can't remember if this one actually has more funny stuff. Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, no, this is not one of the input ones. I think that, yeah, no, this is... So some of the input ones do have some funny responses depending on what you input. This one just... Basically, if you put in anything else, it's just kind of like error. So, like, if you put in, like, Sigma, for instance, it's like, they're not here. Or the dead cannot be killed, kind of stuff. So, anyways, the last obvious one. You want to know what makes this the best choice in the entire game? Like, this particular split?
No, you won't!
No matter what you do, Eric dies!
Yay!
Eric!
If only we had gotten a path like this for the
Why?
previous game, Theo.
Mira!
No, not there! If you do it there, then his heart will be gone!
That's
Your heart!
not
I have to...
the right spot.
Hey.
It's like mid-chest.
Make that face.
A little
Doesn't
to
know
the
where the
left.
heart is.
Smiles. Look better. On you.
What a waste!
Fingers.
What? See what you went and did?
No! I just...
And lest we forget, you tried to kill me, didn't you? Better not try to weasel out of this.
Now announcing the current casualties. C Team, Carlos, Junpei. Q Team, Q, Eric. D Team, Diana, Phi, Sigma. These 7 are now deceased.
Jeez. This couldn't have ended any shittier.
Mira.
You passed out in fright. There's no blood.
Little do we know, Q doesn't actually have blood. Q may not actually have blood. There's been robots in this series before, or androids in this series before.
Yep. So those are in the future.
Those are in the future. Golems, I don't think exist yet at this point. But yeah, so other than the ending we don't actually know the answer for yet, that's everything for Three-Way Standoff. So we'll move on to the next one here. Radical 6.
Oh, God.
Huh? Why?
Nope. It won't even budge.
Ah! The hell is that?
Formaldehyde solution with
a pig.
It's okay, Mira. I'm right here with you.
Wow.
We're in the biolab, right?
So there's a bunch of biological research here.
Jeez, this place is really creepy. Why is something like this in a bomb shelter?
Maybe the builders thought to be prepared for some kind of pandemic.
Pandemic?
An infectious disease that hits on a global scale. It's like a sudden deadly virus outbreak.
Maybe this place is an isolated location for researching all
It'd probably
kinds
get real
of
bad if
viruses
people,
like
I don't know, called it a hoax and didn't really take preventative measures seriously.
Or maybe Zero put it here in order to do something to us.
But that would be crazy. No,
Like maybe taking the ingredients and cooking all of
Fans
us
for
a nice meal.
politics.
But isn't it too early for dinner?
It's been 4.5 hours since we fell asleep in the lounge.
6:10? That
4.5
sounds like the
hours.
perfect time to actually
They
have dinner.
knocked us out for quite a while.
No, not necessarily. We could have woken up a bunch of times during all that, but if Zero erased our
Q
memories...
speech we keep making.
Of course.
Yep.
We wouldn't remember.
No.
Well, yeah, because they don't remember ever having made it before.
What's this?
A baked potato.
Slash the pig's stomach.
Whoa!
Pulls a knife, cuts
For
Eric.
real? Would that mean that we...
Probably.
Why? Why do we have to do something like that?
You know
I
what?
have no
Not
idea.
the solution I was
It's not like
going
we really
for,
have
but
a
I'll let
choice,
you
do
have
we?
it.
There's no way to leave. We're just gonna have to do what he said.
Turns out they actually don't want you to do the one in the
Time
formaldehyde.
to seek
It's
a
just a
way
pillow.
out. Well, we do have to do the pillow, actually, at one point as well.
Ah.
We have to do the pillow and the actual pig. Now, one interesting thing, this is another one of the rooms we actually saw on the monitors from one of the other rooms. This is where all those glowing tubes were. So we got some stuff. First, obviously, there's this note here on the table. Careful examination of the green and pink liquids reveals two different cell structures. Separating the liquids results in different colors. One thing is clear after inspecting the separated liquids under the microscope, the cell structure is unique for each color. So we got this piece of a DNA model, which has like a octagonal hole in it.
Yes.
Which then, if we come over here, oh look, octagonal bolts on this thing. Which actually gives us the cover of the centrifuge. And we now have access to the centrifuge. We don't have anything to put in it yet, but we have access to it.
So what you're saying is we create Radical 6.
Got this thing over here. Has wheels on it, but is currently locked in place. Got this one over here, which has the pig in it. Eric tries to karate chop it because he's a fucking moron.
The green liquid we were told about?
Yep. We have a green liquid beaker and a pink liquid beaker.
Make Eric drink them.
Got a UV irradiator over here. So we're going to do the most obvious thing we possibly could with a UV irradiator. Because that seems reasonable.
Well, you know.
It however does tell us
white?
orange, blue, white. Yeah. Now we come over here. We've got like a locker. Which, as you can see, has a blue, yellow, red, and white button. We don't know anything yet about those, so... But we don't have the lens for this, so... Can't actually do anything with it yet. I'm actually trying to remember where the hell we get that from.
Does it have anything to do with the 4 different things besides the glowing tubes?
No, that's a much later puzzle.
Ah. No harm in trying, except we still don't have a blade.
Let me check my notes real quick. Ah, right. Okay, that was the one. So, this guy over here, even though we can't actually move it, we can still look in the sink.
Ah, yes.
And there we find this knife, which now we can use to go cut the pig pillow.
I like the fact that Q being the leader means he's the one handling this. He's also perfectly fine with letting him, handle a knife. Makes sense. A fucking moron and a serial killer.
Nope, Eric's the one that actually cut the pillow.
I don't believe he's competent enough to do that.
So now we get this file on Fanatic Bio R. The incubation period for this virus is extremely short. Mortality rate is 100%. Symptoms include blood erupting from the body, then death.
Ah.
We also get the microscope lens. And a power cord. So first we'll deal with this power cord. You may have noticed over here, there's an outlet. There's also this conspicuous machine on the desk.
Yep, that machine is very conspicuous.
Thin and long. Oh no, we no longer have a knife.
Yeah. However, we do have this microscope lens. Still don't know how to use this centrifuge, though. I'm trying to remember how we actually find that out. Right. That's how. Yeah, so we got the centrifuge manual. Used to mix and separate liquids. Place 2 test tubes with liquid into them in the machine. Centrifuge will mix them and output the mixture into 1 beaker. Place 1 beaker with liquid into the machine. Centrifuge will separate the liquid into 2 test tubes. So now that we know how to use this, separate the green liquid, and we get a blue test tube and a yellow test tube. Separate pink, we get red and white. Now these 4 colors may look familiar. They are the 4 colors on the locker over there. So now if we look, this is what white looks like. As pointed out, they're all by themselves. We look at yellow, they're in clusters of 5. Blue are in pairs. And red are in triplets. So again, because no puzzle in this game is actually even remotely complex,
obsolete.
Yeah, it was blue was 2 and red was 3. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Doing that. Let's open this. It's another one of these just fit fucking everything into the spot puzzles. This is the laziest goddamn thing in this game, and I hate that it does it like 4 times.
The place looks up in the box puzzle.
So we get these capsules, which don't have meaning for us yet. We'll get to that. Now that being said, we still have this, which has orange, blue, white. So we actually need to go ahead and make orange. Which, obviously, we do by adding yellow and red to this machine. Didn't mean to do that.
Which can impressively separate colors as well.
It is worth noting, you can make mixes of the other colors that are completely pointless in this game. Like, you can make, like, purple and stuff if you want to. It just, there's literally no use for it. What I was trying to show is if you look here, it has the, like, little kind of Petri dish symbols here, which are effectively equivalent to this. to orange. And blue. And white. To get this human fetus specimen.
Yeah, that's only a
Put
thing.
over here with the other specimen jars.
Yeah.
Now also, when we powered on over here, we also got this to power on. Now these colors may look familiar, because they are the same colors as the capsules we got.
Right. So we take the green pill, then the pink pill. Got it. Pill.
Yeah, so in case you can't figure it out, these are actually just spelling out numbers. It's 1, 2, 3. Obviously there's one missing, which becomes 4, and then 5 is red. We're going to make a quick memo here, because otherwise I'm not going to remember it.
BRD.
Yellow, then fish, then man, then bug, then plant. Fish, man, bug.
Just now noticed, is that a limited writing meter?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, the memo does in fact limit how much you can write. Each page has a separate limit though, so you do have 2 pages worth of memos. And it also just resets when you clear it. Now I will say this much. The dumbest part about that, so you've got this eraser tool.
Mm-hmm.
Erasing also reduces the meter.
That's dumb!
But now here's the thing. Bug is locked in place. Fortunately, it's locked in place where we need it. So we need bird, fish, man, bug, plant. However, if you're Catholic, penguin is a fish. Please note that's actually not a joke. For like this weird thing about like Catholics in the Arctic Circle, they're allowed to consider penguin a fish so they can eat it on Fridays.
There is a lot of exceptions to the Lent rules.
Yeah.
Including just ignoring them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doing that slides this back, and there's like this little weird like fingerprint identification device down here. We put our hands on it, we get pricked with something, which unlocks the sink cart.
We have made the blood sacrifice.
Now let's just move it across the way. It clicks into place over here. We have to actually look at that one to turn this one on. Which then lets us slide this one over. They lock in place. And then that explodes for no fucking reason.
As it usually does.
We now get this preserved pig.
Get a piece of glass, I assume, to,
Nope. Where the fuck is that? Hold on, I need to remember where a thing is. Right.
It's over here in this locker. This locker full of knives.
It's actually in this drawer. We get a scalpel. You know, thing you'd actually use for doing this.
Fair enough.
Yes.
And for some
she knows there's
reason,
a trick to it.
Mira knows really well how to cut open a pig.
She has experience.
We don't know that.
I can imagine her
found
just saying, like, I can imagine
mean,
just
we
her
know
looking at
that,
her
but-
going, I have experience.
An unfortunate creature.
Zero.
17 years ago, a woman died. Her chest carved open with a sharp object.
Kind of fucked up.
That pig there.
All because of a snail.
What
Like Jesus.
That woman was alive. Her heart was still beating as the organ was crudely carved out of her. A male suspect was quickly caught. He must have planned to escape the taxi, as he called one before his capture. The police arrested him before he was able to utilize a waiting vehicle to flee the scene. A genius surgeon climbed inside. He was heading to the hospital. A seriously ill patient awaiting his arrival for life-saving
Ready for a series of unfortunate events.
However, the taxi got into an accident before reaching its destination. It collided with a large truck. The resulting wreck was horrendous.
On the bright side, he went to this other world where he became a magical champion of some sort.
As well as the young boy waiting for surgery. Life is truly unfair. Don't you think?
What is the point of him telling us this story?
It's just some kind of act, right? Probably doesn't mean anything.
I'm not sure.
Now then, let's begin our game, shall we? The rules are as follows. The pig's stomach you cut open contained 3 syringes. Each of them is filled with a specific virus called Radical 6.
Radical 6.
This virus is special. It awakens a desire to kill oneself, among other things. Once infected, symptoms appear as early as 10 minutes, or take up to 2 hours. And the host soon finds the urge to commit suicide irresistible. The mortality rate is 75%. Transmitted through liquids, it's highly contagious. Oh yes, I believe you located a set of documents during your search of this room. A set of files on FBR, the Fanatic Bio-R virus. The mortality rate of this virus is 100%. Infection results in blood erupting from your body. Then death. An antagonistic relationship exists between Radical 6 and FBR. If you were to be infected by Radical 6, it would be cancelled out with the addition of FBR, and you are unaffected. Conversely, injecting Radical 6 into you after becoming infected with FBR will cause them to destroy each other and leave no adverse effects on you.
So just in case you didn't think Radical 6 was already stupid enough.
The other as a vaccination provides an antidote.
Now, here's an important piece of information for you. I am what you'd call a clairvoyant, one who knows the future.
What is he talking about?
If I had foreseen that you would all choose to inject Radical 6 at this moment, I would have made sure to coat FBR on the fingerprint authentication device for you. Meaning, you'd already be infected with the Fanatic Bio-R virus.
That device over there?
Oh, I do remember feeling something when I touched it. Like a prick.
So we were all stabbed by a poison needle?
On the other hand, if I saw that you were not going to inject yourselves with Radical 6, then I would be sure to leave the needle clean. That way, you would not become infected with Fanatic Bio-R.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
I'll say it once more. If all of you plan to inject yourselves with Radical 6, you already have FBR. If you are not going to inject yourselves, then you are not infected right now. Which means, in either case, you being saved is a foregone conclusion. There's no reason for you to worry about the situation. What will you do now? Inject yourselves with Radical 6, or refrain? It would be best to consider either one. I will say that your decision is already known to me.
So wait, do we even need to choose?
Huh?
If what Zero told us is the truth, then the outcome will be the same. If we inject ourselves with this Radical 6, we're already infected with FBR. So they destroy each other and we're fine. And if we don't do it, that just means we weren't infected with FBR in the first place.
But what if it's a lie?
Huh?
He's saying, what if he's lying about being psychic? Well, if
Also,
you think
what if
about
that's
it, the
just pink
likelihood that he's
Kool-Aid?
lying is incredibly high.
So then, what do we do? What the hell do we do?
All right, it's decision time. Do we inject ourselves with Radical 6 or not? I will actually put this one to a vote.
Well, I mean, the answer doesn't matter. If we don't, we're fine. And if we do, then it just gets rid of the seeds. It'll kill us, and we're fine.
Wait a minute.
I say don't inject. Most of them want to see him explode in blood.
Okay, Radical 6 is a 6. No. Okay, so we don't inject.
All right, fair enough. I regret to inform you, Shiv.
Yeah.
This is deterministic.
So it doesn't actually matter
I'm
which
certain
answer.
it was. The choice I made doesn't actually matter
Maybe
in some way, shape,
we
or form.
shouldn't.
Well, it is very specifically
Yeah,
deterministic in that if you choose not
Care
to
to share
inject,
your
then you
reason?
don't actually have the virus in you.
Everything,
Yes.
If
And if
you
you do,
choose to
then-
inject, you have the virus in you, and they cancel each other
It's just
out.
like Eric said.
Yeah.
If Zero does have that power, then
So he
it's
was
the same
clairvoyant,
either
or
way.
clairvoyant. Already knows the answer.
That means all we need to do is think about what happens if he doesn't have powers. The important thing to determine is if we're actually infected.
Also, you know,
FBR.
probability math,
So you don't think
etc.,
we are.
etc.
Nope. In fact, a virus called Fanatic Bio R existing
Well,
in the
probability
first
Mac
place
of whether or
is
not
very
someone,
suspicious.
Radical 6 sounds just as fantastic.
yeah. This is more
No.
Occam's razor, actually.
It's
There's no
less
doubt
about
Radical
that
6
and more
is
the
real.
probability math of
I've heard of it before.
FBR has a 100% mortality
It
rate.
could
Radical
be
6 only
that
has a
Zero wants us to
75%
become
mortality
infected
rate.
with Radical
If you
6.
are injected with
But instead
FBR
of
and
doing it
don't
himself,
inject the Radical
for
6, you're
some
going to
reason,
die. If
he's
you aren't
unable to.
injected with
So he needs
FBR
us to do it
and
ourselves,
inject the
then.
Radical 6, you're going to live. If you're not injected with FBR and inject the Radical 6, there's a 25%
Hey,
chance
what the-
that you live. If you're not
door.
injected with FBR and you inject the
It
Radical 6
opened.
or and don't inject the Radical 6, then
Let's
you'll
get
live.
out of here.
So
There is
We're too
that
slow
too,
as
The
the
yeah.
door
safest
might
answer
up
of
and
the two
close
was
on
to
us.
inject.
Wait, Eric!
Or rather, the one with the best odds of survival.
Hey, Mira! What are you
Of
doing?
course.
nothing. Pay no attention to me.
Of course, she'd be the reason he got out.
Oh, it's way more complicated than that.
We must have been right not to inject it.
Oh
I
no.
still feel okay, and more importantly, the door opened for us.
There's still another possibility, you know. That Zero really does have the ability to see the future.
If it's true, then we would have been right if we had injected the needles too.
Hey, did you tell the truth earlier?
About what?
About Radical 6 being real?
Oh, yeah.
How do you know about it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Did you get any more suspicious?
I know
Yes.
what I know, okay? I can't help that.
So why not
I
share?
have selective plot convenient
Tell us
amnesia.
more about this Radical 6 virus.
More. I'm not even sure where to start.
How about its name?
Oh, that's easy. Aside from triggering intense suicidal impulses, Radical 6 causes the infected's thought process to reduce by 1 root 6. Therefore, when 1 second passes for them, the world has gone through root 6 seconds, or roughly 2.45 seconds.
We were able to calculate this incredibly precisely
radical.
somehow.
Aside from meaning things like extreme, it can also refer to a radical root. Get it?
Oh, so that's why it's Radical 6.
But is it
Despite the
really
fact that,
possible
like,
for thought speed to be slowed down like that?
Most
Yep.
actual, like,
The
neuron
infected,
firings
through
take
changes
place
in
in
DNA
fucking
methylation and
picoseconds.
histomodification, gain epigenetic mutations in the control mechanisms of their genetic expressions.
Best jump thinking about it too much.
Could you maybe
We're able to
simplify
nail it
that,
down.
please?
It's exactly
The
1
body's
over the
composition
root of 6
changes
shit.
as a genetic switch is flipped.
Exactly.
It works the same on literally
genetic
everyone in the world.
Yep.
Huh.
In the exact same
let's
way,
try this.
with no variance any way, shape, or
Common
form.
scientific thought.
Yeah, that's how
until
viruses
now
work, right?
was
They
that
affect
parental
everybody exactly the same way.
Didn't transfer. Recent research has changed that. We now know that they can be by flipping certain genetic switches. Well, regardless of what kind of experiences the parents had to go through, their DNA blueprints won't change. But within that expansive
We're going to talk
DNA
more about
coding,
Lamarckian
the
evolution
question
later.
of
Let
what
me just
should be
preface this
read
by saying Lamarckian
seems to
evolution
change
is a
based
whole
on
lot of
experience.
bullshit that was commonly used to
The
justify
change becomes
eugenics. Fuck
especially
this.
apparent when the parents' lives are in danger.
Like maybe if someone was trapped in a shelter and forced to risk their life.
So, if Eric and I did the horizontal tango right now, the baby might end up psychic.
What?
Anyway, so if Radical 6 really does flip the genetic switch... Hey, are you listening?
Yeah. So, you're basically saying this Radical 6 virus is super dangerous, right?
Yes, there's no doubt it is. So, Zero said earlier that Radical 6 transmits through bodily fluids and is highly infectious. If someone infected with the virus was to go outside, then mankind, 6 billion people, will die.
6 billion?
That's an awfully specific casualty count. Especially since 2029, 9 billion, not probably off from projections, but
Carlos, Akane, Junpei. These 3 are now deceased. As a result, 3 X-passes will be revealed. Fire.
If I recall correctly from numbers we've been given in other games, the population at the time, Radical 6, and the resultant after effects of it wiped out 6 billion people. Earth population was between 8 and 9 billion.
C-Team is dead?
So there were
because
about
of the
2
vote.
billion people left after
vote?
all the Radical 6 shit.
At 1330.
that actually isn't completely unrealistic by projections,
Did
from what I
everyone
remember.
from C-Team
it's
really
about
die?
accurate.
Yeah.
We haven't seen their corpses or anything. They might still be alive.
No, they're dead. I'm sure of it.
Why?
Because
I'll be right back.
Yep.
He's right. I don't think they're alive.
You too, Mira? What do you think, old man? C-Team's gotta be alive, right?
What are you doing, Eric? He's not gonna answer you.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he...
Hey, fuck you, Mira. Oh my god, a talking dog.
That dog fucking talks.
Now it's time.
Stop talking to the dog, you fucking
Zero.
moron.
When next you wake, know you will have no memory.
In fairness, Eric was just trying to consult a more intelligent life.
Pleasant dreams.
You're not wrong. That's what could have happened. But let's see what happens if we do. So I may or may not have watched Clue 2 more times since we watched it the other day.
To make a long story short.
Too late.
Too late.
It's such a good movie.
Let's do it.
Why?
Care to share your reason?
After everything, the issue isn't if Zero can see the future or if he's lying.
I'm
It's
back.
just
Here's
like
where he
Eric
actually
said.
breaks down
If
the,
Zero does have that
the
power,
probability
then it's
math.
the same either way. That means all we need to do is think about what happens if he doesn't. Our fate can go 4 different ways if that's the situation. If we are infected with FBR and we inject ourselves with Radical 6, or not. If we aren't infected with FBR and we inject ourselves with Radical 6, or not. The important thing we need to remember, though, is the mortality rates. Zero said the casualty rate is 75% for the Radical 6 virus. And we saw in the files that death is 100% confirmed for Fnatic Bio-R. So we can use that to determine. It's clear which option is best, right?
I see. The probability that we're infected with FBR is 2 to 1, which means if we inject Radical 6, our survival rate is half of 125, 62.5%.
And if we don't inject it, then our chance is sitting at 50%.
Any objections?
So this is technically mathematically correct, but it's still fucking stupid.
Then we know what to do.
Yes.
What did I miss when I was absent?
Okay. Here we
Mostly
go.
just them hanging out in the lounge, just like, oh, I guess we were
Ready?
right not to inject. We're all fine
And-
now. And then them just talking about basically, the bobblehead was filling in the other two on
Right.
info about Radical 6 that we kind of already know because it was a lot of the same stuff that we learned in VLR.
So are we good? Did we do the right thing?
The lab door opened afterwards, so
Similar
we
scene
must
to this,
have.
basically, just with the
Do you
opposite
feel any
side
different?
side of things.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
So, I guess.
Oh, I wonder what's up with her taking then. Is there more
Also,
path beyond that one?
Yes.
Okay.
There is.
Hey, Eric.
It's a different
thought this
thing. Like I said,
before, but
it is much more complicated than just,
your
oh,
math
she
is
took it
kinda
and
strange.
took it out of the thing and that's why it escaped. It is much
I'm
more
sorry.
complicated than that.
I guess this is, well, sort of a bad habit I've had.
That being
since I
said,
was a
What do you mean?
the other
kid.
thing...
Issues at home, I guess.
Was your family difficult?
God, I was
That's
going to say
just
something
it.
and now I've lost it.
We were completely
I'm sorry.
normal.
No, it's fine.
A kind mom, a clumsy dad, and an
We
annoying
get Eric
little brother.
backstory that's supposed to make him sympathetic, except he's still a colossal asshole, so who cares?
Also, this screenshot again.
Dear, what's
This is
wrong?
the same house where he gets murdered in the future.
I'm not sure.
That doesn't occur.
I've just been crying.
I mean,
Hey, you two.
I don't think you're
Mom's
incorrect. I think he
telling Mommy
literally
why
goes
you're
to live
crying?
with Mira, like, in his house.
my toy!
No! It was your fault, Eric!
Man, imagine inheriting a house from family.
Listen to me, okay? When painful or sad things happen, people get angry or cry because of them. But even at those times, I want you to never forget to smile.
Smile?
Yes, smile.
Yeah.
Not you.
Stop smiling.
You should never. No, I was wrong, sweetie.
Happiness.
Disregard what I just said.
Smiles have a strange power. Really? Yes, really. And that's not all. A smile can make everyone all around you happy too.
You too, Mommy? You'll be happy too?
Of course. So why don't you two stop crying
Of course.
and show Mom your smile?
Okay.
Yeah!
You sure are something else. Hey, what about me? Can Daddy get some smiles too?
No, we hate you.
Dear, it looks like Daddy's lonely, you two. Let's all give him a whole lot of smiles.
Okay.
Get over here for a hug.
You're choking me, Daddy.
You've gotten big.
Me too. Me too.
Okay. Okay. Come at me. I'm ready.
Yay!
Pulls out a shank.
Only one of you is going to college.
Mom always told us to never forget to smile. She'd never hurt a bug. Not even if a line of ants crossed her path. She was that kind.
Or a
and gentle.
snail.
She was incredible.
Snails
And when
aren't
we
fun.
lost her, that's when Dad changed.
Shut the hell up! Who said you could fucking cry?
Chris!
Oh, Jesus, Eric! Can't you even look after your shitty little brother?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Please forgive me.
God. Fucking kids. Hey, go find someone to get me beer.
Don't cry. Don't get mad. You better always smile, was what Dad liked to say. But unlike Mom, he was never not angry with us. Eventually, I figured out how to smile, regardless of what was going on.
Called
Just
working
smiling day
tail.
in and day out. No fun. Not happy. I'd be made fun of, or yelled at. And no matter the pain, no matter how bad it was, I never raised my voice. I just kept smiling.
I became a doormat.
I didn't stop, even after Dad fell ill and died.
That is the
A
look of
literal-
someone dead inside.
So I guess the
Yeah.
two smiles,
A literal doormat.
taught
Even
by
has
my
the
mom,
outfit.
and one forced by my dad, got kinda mixed up, and the result is what I pasted on my face.
Eric, she's...
I've never talked to anyone about all of this before, but... Mira, will you still love me? Even with me being like this?
Oh, it's okay. I didn't love you before.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even have to ask, did I?
Eric, thanks for sharing that.
It wasn't like I did it for you or anything. It just sort of came out, that's all.
Yeah, still, thanks.
To tell the truth,
Not
I just
like I
didn't
like
want to
you,
end up like my
Papaka.
father. So I forced my mouth to keep smiling through everything. But it's no use.
It's
The worst
no
part of me
use.
still came to the front after we got trapped here. I pushed all of that on you too.
Don't worry about it. I'm alright.
Okay.
I mean, you're still a colossal asshole, but you're also a weakling, so it's not
you
like any of
never
it
mentioned
actually
you had a
hurt.
younger brother.
Yeah. About your age, more or less.
What? We're the same age? Oh, maybe we could be friends. Would it be okay if I met him after we get out?
Well. Anyway, sorry I turned the mood dark.
You turn the mood. Oh, your jokes always crack me up, Eric.
Huh?
I mean, to think that was dark. You really have a sense for these things. And don't worry, listening to it was a lot of fun.
Wait a minute. What makes you think that was all a joke?
Uh-huh.
It was such a sad story. He just told us he's been holding in this painful past the whole time. How is that a joke?
Oh, I just didn't think to make a mistake like that.
A mistake?
I'm so sorry. I've always been clumsy. It's at times like these that I don't even know how to look, you know?
Clumsy?
Hey, Eric. Can you tell me?
Mira?
Yay!
What?
I love his face.
No.
What?
Mira? Why did you...
These heels are murder.
What's wrong with you, Mira? Stop! Stop this!
Oh, I was
Ow!
hoping. I was
Surprised
hoping it
you
would
got
just be
it in
sticking.
the angle.
I was hoping it would just be sticking out of the helmet with absolutely nothing happening.
So that's what happens if we do inject Radical 6.
Yay! Eric dies.
Pop off. So vodka, got it.
This
I'm
place
about to
is...
throw off this sick combo, TOD my opponent,
pod
and then
room, I
pop
think.
off, motherfucker!
Something like that was written on the map.
But I don't see any pods here.
More importantly, where's Mira?
Huh?
Mira! Where is she?
Well, even if you ask me...
Does that mean you don't know?
That's exactly what I said, you fucking moron.
I hope Zero didn't. I won't forgive him! I won't! Mira is my angel!
We haven't encountered a timeline yet where Mira is dead and the Erics are alive, have we?
Nope.
How can I be calm?
Okay.
Mira might be stuck all alone somewhere, crying her heart out.
Eric, you need to stay calm in moments like these. You're just wasting your energy flailing about like that. Please, Eric?
I know. Of course I know that. But there's no way I can just sit still here. Mira, the person most important to me. When I think about how she must be suffering right now.
Suffering? She's away
I
from
feel
you.
the
That
same
sounds like a
way.
fucking paradise.
I don't want you or Mira to be hurt at all. It's hard for me to even think about it. I don't have any memories. I don't even know who I am. I can't remember if I have someone important. I know to you and the others, I look suspicious for a person you just met. But to me, how I am right now, everyone here, is all I have. Because of that, I consider all of you very important to me. I don't want to hate anyone. I want to like you. I mean, if I don't, I'll be really sad.
Hey, I'm sorry about before. Yelling at you, I mean. Like you said, we gotta stay calm, right?
Eric.
Come on. Let's find a way out of here. Quick. Will you help me to do that?
Yeah, of course.
Seek a way out. So this is the pod room. It simultaneously has some of my favorite and some of my least favorite puzzles in the entire game. because it's all a bunch of these slide puzzles, which, honestly, I'm not great at, and most of the time they're just kind of a waste of time, because you can just sit there and, like, move stuff a bunch until it works out. And also, they're either incredibly simple like this, or incredibly complicated like later ones. That, we open up to get this humongous fucking hammer.
And then we use it to beat the door down, because fuck it.
Nope. Then, we start using that. So if we look over here, there's this thing where there's like a little cog. And we just kind of look at it. If we have the hammer out, he tries to smash it, because he thinks that's going to work. But there are these grooves in here. Well, how is that going to help us, might you think? So we start hitting these red circles. The room rotates.
Oh, I see, and it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so these pop out here, which grab other parts of the room. And essentially let us sort of spin things further. And we can also angle or look around to hit additional stuff.
Ignoring I have no idea how you're reaching these spots, but...
It's a really long hammer. Don't ask questions. Now we look over here, we can see that the gear has made it into that spot. I actually quite like the whole, like, rotating room thing. I think it's kind of interesting. And now that we've rotated it fully around, we can just lift the hatch and get this gear, which is, we're now told, a driver tip. That being said, we can see over here, there's this case. There's a driver here. Eric references one of the more common forms of this style of puzzle you will see, known as traffic jam.
Yeah.
And as I said, because I'm terrible at these, I have notes, so we don't sit here for like an hour with me trying to figure this out like it was the first time for me. Now this is ostensibly the quote-unquote top one, because we actually have this section of the room upside down right now.
No.
You may have noticed Eric referred to it as the top one. That's why. They don't, like, acknowledge what the current orientation of the room is, because they weren't going to spend their time writing a whole bunch of dialogue for all the different possible permutations. Understandably. It'd be kind of a colossal pain in the ass. That. Now we've got this large driver, which, as you may imagine, we combine with the driver tip, which gives us this whole thing here. As you can see, there's this, but it's hidden behind another set of these. This one, Again, they're either like 85 steps or like 3. There's like fucking no middle ground. That's part of why I hate these types of puzzles. Alright.
And one more.
Also, just a amusing note there is that Eric is making the kid do all of these because Eric basically doesn't want to look stupid by not knowing how to do these. Now we've got to orient this so we can actually access both sides at once. Which should be... Damn it. Oh, no,
That was the other one. Yeah, it's the next one in. Yeah.
Right, now we open it up. We also get this picture of a Zero doll that says, "Become me." Again, most of the hints in this game are not subtle.
Yep.
So this, as you may imagine, is all about getting that number to 0. You can see when we turn it to red, red adds, blue subtracts. So the way we do this is left twice, and we just go right till it hits 0. Now we're on the second one. Now I will say this much to this game's credit, it does save that progress, so if we fuck it up here, then it doesn't make us do the first part again, it just takes us back to part 2. But again, I've made notes in advance so we don't sit here having to do math for like 5 minutes to get through this. It's in order after we get it to 80. 80, then it is right, right, left, right. There we go. Right, so now we get this. Which just lets us rotate rooms without having to use the hammer. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get the green lines to line back up, basically. There we go.
Ah, a gun.
Yeah, that will solve our problems like last time. Wait.
Okay, so this one is...
It hasn't been a great solution, but it did solve a problem.
Blue up first, and do this one down, and this over to here, and this all the way down, and this down into there, and that, like that. Then these both up. And that up to there. And that to there. That goes down here. here. This goes here. These move up into that spot. Like this, and that, and then... There's Eric taking credit for the kid doing all the puzzles because Eric remains a piece of shit.
Yep.
But the universe needs certain constants. That's how amazed everyone would be if Eric wasn't a colossal piece of shit.
There. And this. Now, if you thought it was a bad idea to let Eric hold the knife...
Thankfully, that didn't break anything else, including this puzzle room.
Yeah.
We found it. Sort of.
We found something.
Found Mira's lifeless body in a pod.
Mira. Mira.
What is this? An electronic key?
Tragedy struck when Mira failed to realize that an electronic key is not indeed food.
By the way, here's Mira's dead portrait.
Fantastic.
Just sort of grayed out. Empties the eyes. Yep. Also, I was wrong before. That is actually Junpei's normal one.
Ah.
That is not dead Junpei.
I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back.
Yep.
Kind of worried about what dead Junpei would look like.
We already saw dead Junpei. Dead Junpei, like, the eyes are closed and, like, the mouth is all, like, covered over and stuff.
Ah.
There are marks on her neck. Mira must have been strangled.
Stop it, Daddy! If you keep going, Crystal, he'll... Shut up! Chris...
So in case you were wondering why Lake is one of Eric's X-passes...
He's the bad one. He said to do it. He said to do it. And that's why I put it in the lake. I put Chris's body in the lake. Oh no, I must keep smiling. Keep smiling. Keep smiling.
Hey, Eric. Look. No. can't be.
Junpei?
Sploosh!
Way every time. Zero's got a lot of cameras everywhere.
No!
Gets all the angles.
Carlos just killed Akane! And he must have killed Junpei too!
Now announcing the current casualties. CT.
Do we ever get an answer as to who killed Junpei in that one?
I don't think it ever actually is explicitly said, but I'll talk about that later on.
Okay. Just like I'm curious who killed everyone but Diana in that one scene we saw.
Jump. Virgin.
Yep, we'll talk about that again later on. When some of the real mysteries of this are revealed, I will talk about it, but it is very spoilery to talk about it before that.
Okay. Also, was Virgin Diana?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Let me...
No, I think
No. Based on that line, I'm pretty sure Virgin is
Mira.
Junpei.
No.
Jump.
Jump is
Junpei.
Junpei.
Could be with June. Jump. Who else is with
No, it's
Mira's
Mira.
dead.
It's Mira.
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
Because Red is Diana.
Yeah.
This will gain all of the passwords, and we'll be able to open the X door.
Yeah. We can get out.
What was that? Did I just hear you say yes?
No.
Aw, shit.
6 people died! And you... I get it now. So that's it. You teamed up with Carlos, didn't you?
What?
The reason B-Team died is probably because of the vote at 1330. You and Carlos knew that had happened. And then Carlos took care of Junpei and Akane, while you killed Mira here!
No. No!
That
Or no,
brings
sorry,
the
Blue
number
is Diana
dead to
in that
6.
instance.
So that's why you did all that to
Is
get
Red
out of
Phi
the shelter.
because of her hair?
But I...
Possibly. Let me look up the list again.
Wait!
Yes, Red is 5.
It hurts.
You killed Mira! You killed her! You killed her!
And Milk is Sigma for the insanely dumb reason.
Is it something that comes up later?
No, it's just his fucking name backwards. Remember, his last name is Klim.
Klim. Yeah, that's right.
Because in VLR, there's the whole, like, password thing
Yeah.
of, what was it, like, Milky Volley, which is I love Klim backwards or whatever.
Yep.
The passwords. The X passes are...
Hey! What are you doing?
Where'd you get a shotgun?
It was in the
Got
puzzle.
the shotgun from the last puzzle room.
Right, forgot. For some reason my mind was on the previous guns. Oh fuck. Now no one's getting out.
No!
Right, so this thing that's coming up is a decision point, which is very tightly timed.
Eric,
So I'm going to put in my favorite answer,
kill
and then
Mira.
before we get back to
You
it, I
didn't?
will take vote. I will
course I
basically take
didn't.
an answer from each of you.
I could
for
never
this.
do some.
Then tell me who did it. Tell me the killer's name.
But
20 seconds. That's all I'm giving you. You better tell me the truth.
There is actually a whole ton of responses Eric
I don't
gives
like
to the
liars.
upcoming decision. We will not go through
Tell
all of them. Like I said, I'm going to put in my
Who
favorite one,
killed Mira?
and then we will take your answers.
Is
and
the
see what
answer
his
Eric?
results are.
Eric is the one who killed her.
18.
Well, we'll do that if you want that to be your answer. I will put in my favorite one.
The dog killed Mira? Uh-huh. And how'd he do that?
Just because they actually had dialogue and wrote lines for that answer.
Okay, I was a bit worried because I know there's something come up about violence to the dog. And I'm like, no, tell me he doesn't.
No.
Okay, no, I like that. That was actually pretty funny.
All right, so Shiv, do you want to have me input Eric as your answer?
Yep.
All right. As you can tell, by the way, there is a singular answer which will actually get us progress here.
Me? I killed Mira?
All right, Krampus, what would you like to have put in as your answer?
Why?
Krampus, are you alive and mic unmuted?
Sorry, I was muted. My answer would be Zero killed her.
All right.
Damn, that was gonna be mine. I gotta think of a new one.
I see. 0. I guess that's true. In an overall sort of way.
If we want to be philosophical, but I've got a shotgun.
But
Fuck your
you're the
philosophy.
one who did it personally!
All right, Hunter, have you come up with another idea?
What was the name of his brother? Chris?
Chris. You know, I have to admit, I have not actually tried putting that in.
Wow.
I'm not sure if there's actually a response for that one, but I guess we'll find out.
Your choice is made.
You're not even making fucking sense.
That for reference is like the generic one if you just put in stuff that doesn't have a specific answer. So they did not actually put in a specific response for Chris. We'll do one more that I think has a specific one, if I remember correctly, and then we'll go to the real answer.
Please tell me it's your dad.
The correct answer is clearly the Grimace.
And he'll kill again.
Nothing can stop
That was actually the other one I was considering.
Huh. You're saying she took her own life? By strangling herself?
What are
Don't
you, a
fuck
fucking
with
idiot?
me!
Correct answer. Snail.
Oh, we will get to the snail.
Yeah, eventually we will get to the snail.
When in the final session, I will discuss some theories fans of this game have about the snail. Because holy shit, is there some stuff to unpack there.
Oh, I just realized that the proper answer to this thing is termites.
Let me tell you about termites.
The actual proper answer is, we don't fucking know.
Ah, running out of time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have no fucking idea who killed Mira. Just know it wasn't us. This actually is kind of a stuck point for a lot of people playing this game, because you obviously think there's some sort of answer you can give that's going to advance it, but the actual answer is to just say nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There is the exact amount of spaces there to put in British Rail.
But you can't blame that on British Rail.
Fuck!
Hey, they didn't believe me. Nah, I got away with killing Mira.
Just like war games. Tic-tac-toe. Correct response to do nothing.
Yep.
Hey.
Sometimes the only way to win is not play at all.
How could this even happen? Mira was everything to me.
Boy, have I got some news for you from other timelines.
Yeah.
Beautiful goddess of a customer. She seemed like a rare flower, forever out of my reach. It made me happy just to see her smile from behind the counter. But I took her order, and we spoke for a bit.
I like how they keep the real ice cream in the back and put the obviously fake ice cream up front. That's a good strategy. Kids
I
comes
wanted
and
to
tries
be
to steal
with her.
stuff.
If she needed help, I wanted to be there. I started to feel like I'd...
What?
Well,
your ice cream parlor doesn't
I'd
have
do
ice
anything
cream that
for-
looks vaguely like melted Play-Doh?
Mira was the one to ask me out the first time. Every date after that,
I mean,
I took the initiative.
like a number of
The
places
longer we
have their ice
dated,
cream look like that.
The more and more I came
Cold
to like
Stone
her.
definitely does.
And bins in the front,
really
yes. Looking
loved
like
her.
plastic, no.
Somehow, I felt like
We have made these
she
3D
was
printed
a lot
models
like my
of ice
mother.
cream for you to look at.
To tell the truth, I don't really remember.
Say, some of the
much about
sorbets
my
actually
mother
look like that.
anymore. She died when my brother and I were
kind
still
of.
pretty small.
The image of the
But
ice
she
cream shop
was a
there,
good
just the
cook.
ice cream
Oh, yeah.
looks
And
very
like things clean.
play.
She was always
Well, the problem
smiling.
is like it's all
And
complete
above
like
all,
untouched ice cream.
her
This shop
gentleness
clearly never gets any fucking business.
and warmth.
Well, I mean, would you go
Yeah,
shop
what
there
I
if
remember
Eric was
the
the
most.
fucking register clerk?
I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't be going there because of who worked there. I'd be going there to get ice cream.
Yeah, but I wouldn't trust him
Still,
not to have done
I
something
felt
to my
something
ice
in
cream.
who
Have you
Mira
seen
is.
this man smile?
Something
Oh, that's a
that's
good point.
A lot like her.
There's very clearly something in
Everything
there.
just seemed so
Don't get
bright
the buttercream.
after I met her. I couldn't help but think every day was great. I
And
was
your
going to
Funes.
propose. I scraped together all my money and bought an engagement ring. And then... Why? Why did this have to happen?
I'm still trying to figure out the story reason why both
Let's all work
Eric
together
and Mira
to
would
find
be
the killer.
in this project.
I'm really sad Mira died too. I'll
We'll get to it.
Never forgive the person who did it. That's why. This is.
Gab, did you do a mess on the carpet?
Ow, wow.
All right, and with that, interestingly, you can see we reached a lock there because there is stuff past that we need to get to. Kind of following up on what that weird black stain was. Likewise over here, we don't know what to do in the force quit, and we don't know the other answer for the crossbow. So we are actually at a stopping point for Q Team. That being said, we are...
and also, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're like an hour shy of where we usually stop, so we'll kind of take a look here and see what other stuff we have. You may have noticed we have a new segment for Team C and Machine, which might look slightly familiar. It's everyone's favorite returning idiocy. The AB game.
Oh, God.
Oh, the reactor.
This nuclear reactor automatically supplies electricity for years without any extra input.
How do you know all that?
I read it in the manual that's right over there.
Well, you don't think Zero plans to lock us in this shelter for years and years, do you?
That's not funny.
Unless you kill 6 people, are you not fucking paying attention? You think this is a fucking joke? I am even not. Do you have any idea how much it costs to get this custom-made Plague Doctor mask?
I mean, we're trapped. It's the new year.
None of this outfit is off the rack, you sack of shit.
Never thought there'd be a time I couldn't wish you a happy new year. This is the worst year ever.
She your girlfriend?
No.
It's the worst year ever. Not because I'm trapped in a death game, but because I couldn't tell my little sister Happy New Year.
She, fell ill 10 years ago and was admitted to the hospital.
Hey?
I figured she'd be lonely in there, so I always stop by after work.
That's...
Every good morning and good night was so important to us. And now...
Oh, that's right. Happy New Year, Junpei.
What's with you all of a sudden?
I've wanted to say that to you for 10 years, but I couldn't.
You say it now, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say.
At least give her a proper response. You're her boyfriend, right?
No, I am not. She's just a childhood friend.
Really? And here I thought you were dating.
Carlos?
Whoops. I'm sorry if I made things awkward. I just
who I
wanted
am.
to learn how you guys were connected.
Well, you know.
The best way to build teamwork is to know who your partners are.
How like a firefighter.
Well, we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, we can't hang around here like this forever. Let's find a way out.
Perhaps we should seek a way out.
Oh god, not this again.
Alright, so... got a lot going on in this room. First things first. Got these drain covers just kind of sitting out on the floor. Get those in. Somebody can trip over those. That's dangerous.
Your objective for this game is to make someone trip over the drain covers.
Yeah. We've got this whole, like, intricate system of pipes and shit, but everything's frozen. Got this sink over here. Got a lever over there. Got this big switchboard here. We got these, like, grooves running down the center of the thing with exposed wires on either side. So these things are gas heaters, but there's currently nothing running to them. Got some sinks over here, one on either side of the room. With like a little chip taken out of the side, like some sort of bizarre hairdresser sink. Then we've got this like weird table over here, which we need to get power to. The first thing we can do, we can come over here and we can just turn the power on. And what we run into a lot in this particular room is these switches that we can basically flip back and forth one way or another. So now power is running this way. If we hit this switch, it puts power to those exposed cables down there, but we're not going to deal with that right now. Instead, we're going to come over here.
The freezing fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Puts out freezing fires.
It freezes things. Junpei immediately points it at Akane because he's a fucking child.
Yes.
And switching that switch lets us open the bottom of the locker, which gets us this block of tin.
Alright, we need 2 blocks of copper, and then we'll have 1 block of bronze.
So now, we've opened that valve, which means gas is now running to that heater. But we still need to light it somehow. You may have noticed most of this room is effectively mirrored. So we also have a similar thing over here. This has this steel mold.
Probably look like they're making for a key.
Yep. We open this locker, we get another one of these stupid, boring-ass puzzles. Right, blue circle is the center on this, the only one that they all have. There, we get sink plug. Go ahead and plug up those sinks. Right now the water's not flowing, and as you can see, the water pipe over here is still frozen shut.
Shiny.
Box of matches.
No.
It's fine, those matches are perfectly safe.
Now if we follow this pipe over here, we'll see that it leads over to this. Let's just open the main gas valve, so now there's actual gas flowing to here. We can turn that on, which heats this half of the room.
Huh.
Again, this whole thing is mirrored. We we've got a gas valve over here that we need to open. This one, however, has this, like, center drawer is open. Need to put 2 rectangular objects inside. So we put this block of tin and this steel mold. We can then close that. If we had tried to open the furnace previously, we would find that the door was locked because that drawer was open. But now we can light this furnace, and it apparently gets hot enough to melt tin.
Huh. I've seen weirder in survival games.
We got this key, and also additionally, this half of the room is now unfrozen as well, meaning we can come over here and turn on the water valve.
Compared to some Resident Evil puzzles, this is almost sensible. Or sensible. Also, that water filled really quickly all of a sudden.
Yep. And now it's flowing through here, and you can see now one of those grooves is filled with water.
Okay, this is totally a Resident Evil puzzle.
Then this other groove filled with water. We'll get back to that in a second. First, what's this key for? Well, if we had examined the lever over here, we would see that there's a keyhole. Let's just unlock it, and then pull the lever. That starts a conversation about mecha anime for some reason.
Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever!
Zero comes on. Why do we even have that lever?
Questions, how can I see?
So now, we've got water running. That'll conduct electricity, right?
Yep.
But that's really dangerous.
Yes.
We should freeze this water instead.
Oh my god.
Oh, right, I need to switch this first.
Oh boy, it's that type of puzzle you love so much. This is the third time?
Fourth, I believe, because we had the toolbox, we had the specimens.
I think it's the third one.
Yeah, I think this is the third one. So you said it was used 4 times, but I think this is our third encounter.
Going through notes. We are in the power room. This one also doesn't even make any fucking sense. Why is there just a bunch of Greek letters?
There was a sale at the craft store.
Also, this one notably doesn't actually involve rotating them at all. You totally can rotate them if you want to, but all of them are actually in the correct orientation while they're in their trays.
I think this is also the first one that doesn't use all the space.
No, the toolbox one didn't either.
I thought it did. Oh well.
I'm sure that's totally safe.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, you've got shielding.
Right, so now we've got this laser relay puzzle, which, as you can tell, has the 4 different color lasers, and then this thing which lets us actually have it go into it from those particular sides. All we can do is slide these up and down. We also cannot actually slide this. We cannot slide them further than the ends, basically. So again, I have pre-gamed my notes on this to make us not have to sit here for a million hours. There.
The middle one can't move.
Yeah, the middle one can't move because it contains the central piece. This one.
Well, I was saying more because of the fact the top and bottom, but
it actually won't let you move anyways, just because of that. But
fair enough.
Go there. There.
Laser. Caution. Laser.
Don't cross the streams.
I'm sure this is totally safe. Let's just fire a laser into the nuclear reactor.
It's fine. It's built for this.
Warning.
Those are the everything fine lights.
Exactly.
Warning. These idiots have triggered a meltdown. Warning. But why?
Well, because it'll stop the power flowing, because ice is not conductive.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it is, but
yeah,
it's less conductive than liquid water. It's still fucking conductive.
I was gonna say.
Also, Akane got electrocuted.
So, in theory, although they didn't show it,
She's
it
okay.
should have
She's
stopped
just
the ice or
unconscious.
water from continuing
Her
to flow
breathing and
down
pulse are
that way
normal.
and instead make it flood the
I see.
room, but, you know.
Yeah.
Now announcing the current casualties. Q-Team, Q, Mira, Eric.
Yay!
These three are now deceased. As a result, 3 X-passes will be revealed. I killed Fool. That is all.
No. I pity Fool. Not kill.
It had
Yeah,
to
but
have
Mira
been
has no
revoked.
pity.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we can't be sure all of Q Team was really killed.
Oh. Yeah. You're right.
We need to focus on getting out of here somehow.
You seem to be forgetting that the exit's still locked.
Well then, all we can do is go into that room. What the hell is this thing? Akane?
She's laying down outside. The hell is this?
No clue. Something's up on the monitor, though.
Rules of the AB game. Players, Carlos and Junpei, stand before the monitor and vote to either A, ally, or B, betray. You must vote at the same time. If the timing is off, everyone within the shelter will be executed. Both of you start with 3 BP. This number will change based on the voting results. If you choose ally, both will gain 3p. If you choose betray, all BP points remain the same. If Carlos chooses ally and Junpei chooses betray, Carlos loses 3 BP while Junpei gains 6 BP. If Carlos chooses betray and Junpei chooses ally, Carlos gains 6 BP while Junpei loses 3 BP. When either player's BP reaches 9, the exit door will unlock. If your BP drops to 0, you will be executed. Method of execution. The bracelet will administer a muscle relaxant into your bloodstream. In this way, you will at least receive a peaceful death. Beware, others will share the same fate as you. If Carlos dies, Diana and Sigma will die as well. If Junpei dies, Akane and Phi will die. Make your choice carefully.
Share the same fate.
If I die, Akane and Phi die too.
And Diana and Sigma are killed if I die.
Hot damn! How far is Zero going to go with his toying with us?
Ally?
Or betray?
They're in the same room. Just both hit ally for Christ's sake.
Will it be Carlos?
What are you saying? Isn't it obvious? We choose ally twice. We'll
Yeah.
add 6 additional points to our initial 3. and we'll both end up with 9 BP.
Yeah.
No one dies, no one gets hurt. The exit door will open, and C-Team will be able to get out.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
There's nothing gained by choosing betray, right? Zero's aiming for us to kill ourselves off here.
All right. Hey, before we do this, do you mind if we check on Akane?
I mean, she got, like, a lot of electricity through her. This thing's hooked up to a fucking
This girl
nuclear
here?
reactor?
She's always been really smart. If she thinks the tiniest thing is off, she'll start debating with buts and ifs, like someone at least twice her age. But to all of us back in grade school, she was pretty strange. Well, I guess she came across as scary.
Did she get bullied a lot?
No. It was just, well, not many people wanted to be friends.
Then there was that one time the older kids killed her rabbits.
Corner, curled up, hugging her knees.
That wasn't bullying,
all
though.
alone.
I don't know what it was, but
decided
it wasn't bullying. Because nobody
I'd
called
stay
it
by her
that,
side
I guess.
to watch over and protect her, if I could. Then one day, her beloved rabbits were killed by some stupid middle schoolers having fun. She didn't take it well. So, without telling me or the teachers, she went to their hutch, crying and apologizing over and over to them.
Do you think maybe we should turn the sink off before we continue this
That was
conversation?
over 10 years ago.
Nah, sure safe.
Yeah, that's
A
fine.
memory that's been tucked away in my brain, covered in dust. When I saw her again last year, I was reminded of that time. I just can't not keep an eye on her. I know, she always goes and just quietly shoulders everything herself. That's why I want to protect her. I wanted to help her bear whatever weight she's taken up. I truly felt that. But, well, I don't know. It was like I didn't know her as well as I thought I did. Hell, I couldn't understand why I even cared. I wanted to find out more about who she really was. To go and see her. Come on, you have someone you really care about, don't you?
We literally
You mean my
talked about
sister?
my sister 15 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
My parents died in a fire, and then Maria fell ill to an incurable disease. Above anything else, I want to save her. I want to see her smile like before. That's what I decided. That's why.
Ah, now I get it. That's why you need the $500,000.
It's clear we both have someone we want to protect.
Thanks for that wonderful
and
input
neither
there,
of us
Akane.
can afford to die now.
Right.
So let's get out of this room by both picking ally. We'll work on getting out of this shelter after that. Okay, let's get this over with.
So we're picking betray, right?
Back to the room for us.
Don't get the timing wrong, okay? We have to enter them at the same time to...
I know.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Krampus, what's your vote?
I vote for ally.
All right, Vince.
Ally.
Never betray.
Cowardly bitches.
So you guys seem to be operating under the impression that Junpei isn't a colossal asshole, and I'm not sure what in this game so far has given you that idea.
I know, but it's still just dumb.
We're picking both.
Second.
It's not a. This isn't the same issue as like the shock.
Yep.
This isn't the same issue like the AB game where we didn't actually see the other team. We're literally in the same fucking room with them.
Why?
Because I'm getting the fuck out of here now, bitch.
Yep. Oh wow, it's instantaneous this time.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Carlos. There's nothing gained by choosing betray, right? You said that. But you forgot, Carlos. There actually was something.
What are you?
3 and Q team currently dead. With 3 more, the X door will be able to be opened.
Share the same fate.
That's right. If you die, Diana and Sigma will die as well.
No. So then, you...
Don't take it the wrong way. I didn't choose betray so I could escape. I know you'd do anything for the little sister you love. So that's why I figured you'd choose to push betray yourself. So, essentially it was a defensive move. I only wanted to protect Akane and Phi.
That's just justification for yourself.
Junpei, Carlos?
Especially the Phi part.
There's a Japanese saying, assume everyone you meet is a thief. It means you should never trust strangers so easily.
Bastard. Maria.
Game over.
Can we, instead of picking betray next time, just reach over and punch Junpei in the face, then hit both buttons ourselves?
Nope. You may notice there are 3 paths off of this decision game, despite it being an AB game.
Right. So ally again, never betray. Well, fine.
Do we have a don't choose option?
Nope.
Is there a time choice?
No. No, that's not a time choice.
I'm guessing it has to be unlocked from some other timeline that somehow convinces Junpei to actually press ally.
No, you forgot about the other mechanic of this game.
RNG.
Yeah.
It's
Wouldn't
not
have actually
RNG
unlocked.
based, actually.
Okay.
No. Why?
You piece of shit! You tricked me!
No, I didn't, I swear. It was because the last time we voted, you chose betray. So
The hell are you going on about? We've only done this once!
Hey, are you okay? Junpei, wake up!
What the hell?
So hey, y'all, turns out Carlos is a shifter too.
This
Yeah.
is all your...
And no matter which one you saw first, it would still technically be correct.
What?
It's just which timeline you're viewing.
What is going on? How do I even know about it last time? Junpei's right. This should have been the first time. So why do I think there was another one? When did this last time happen?
There's a Japanese saying, assume everyone you meet is a thief. It means you should never trust strangers so easily.
This is like when I'm in a fire. Does this mean I've somehow been avoiding the paths leading to death?
About that.
Kind of been doing other consciousness.
Oh.
Also, ow, yeah.
How dare you! How dare you kill Junpei!
Akane!
I will remind you, she's also been injected with the muscle relaxant at this point. Her fate was tied to Junpei's.
That's quite adrenaline rush she has. I don't care what type of sad music you try to play, Gabe. This is too comical for me not to laugh.
Honestly, it's part of the reason why, like, when I talk about how, like, overly gory and just, like, visceral all the stuff in this game is, that's why I'm feeling like it's actually detrimental to the game.
Yeah, it actually takes away from the emotions they're trying to convey. It goes just straight into a black comedy, actually. Whenever one's a high-pressure blood balloon and everything just gets covered in red every time the smallest bit of violence happens, it just kind of takes away from any emotion.
Not many people wanted to be
So
friends.
about that lock, this actually sort of resolves itself. You just have to see both the ally and betray results before you get this.
Where?
You okay?
Is this before the AB game?
What? Okay. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
I always saw her sitting in a corner, curled up, hugging her knees, and all alone.
I decided I'd stay by her side to watch over and protect her if I could.
Huh?
Then one day, her beloved rabbits were killed by some stupid middle schoolers having fun. She went to their hutch, crying and apologizing over and over to them.
How do you know that? Did Akane tell you?
No.
Then why? So, gonna stay silent, huh? Fine. Guess there's no point talking about this. Let's just get these votes.
No, wait! Something's weird.
Hello, pot calling kettle.
Whenever I chose in the AB game, it was always the worst outcome.
Metaphor
what are you
for
talking
something.
about?
Junpei? Carlos?
Oh good, the exposition fairy has woken up.
Considering Akane knows a lot of things.
I understand. I believe that what you just did was shift, Carlos.
Shift?
Space-time human internal fluctuating transfer.
Yahtzee! We got the
Where one's
definition.
mind crosses space and time.
Akane.
The definition you didn't need.
The power we used a year ago? The ability to send and receive information through the morphogenetic field. It's a simpler version of this.
You're saying the me here right now came from a different history?
Well, your consciousness at least. Say you go back in time to when your parents met, using a car as a time machine. Know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course I do. The high school protagonist almost gets it on with his own mother and tries to get his awkward dad to marry her. That's the basic plot, right?
Yes, the story revolves around a boy. We'll call him M.
For
Now,
copyright reasons.
according to the plot,
Yep.
he's successful at getting his parents to marry. But history ends up changing slightly. Upon returning to his own time, his father's a famous science fiction writer, and he's rich.
Huh. I guess the hierarchy was switched when his dad punched the neighborhood bully.
But did you notice something odd about the movie? Just what happened to the M who lived in that fancy house?
Huh. Well, now that you mention it.
I don't think the M from that history appears in the movie at all.
There are two overarching types of stories about time travel. The first type states that there is always only one history.
This is a sharp as fuck key.
If someone changes the past, that previous past is subsequently
Or
erased.
the opposite, and that's
a soft as fuck one.
Other type is
No, it
where
could be a soft key.
multiple histories exist.
to which you're just
This
seeing
is the many
it
worlds
does something effectively like
interpretation.
chalk.
One of the more widely believed hypotheses on multiverse theory. The world and universe split into branches as a result of one's decisions. It's a setup where each branch is able to exist in some form. Okay, so back to the movie. First,
Oh, you
let's
almost said
consider
it. That
what
could have gotten us in
happens with
trouble.
a single path history. In this case, do you know what M is doing back in his own time?
What he's doing?
Committing a form of murder.
Murder?
Well, think about it. The M who grew up in that fancy house, let's
I think
call
this would technically
him
be a kind of
M2.
manslaughter.
M2 should have had a variety of amazing memories from his life. Maybe he met a really cute girl he liked, or was a winner of a contest. The possibilities are endless. All of those memories, every single one was overwritten when M came from another history.
Huh? But the history that disappeared was poor M's.
You're right, that's true. What was erased from existing in time was M's history. But the only memories that M retained?
Are those of when he was poor.
So, in effect, the life that M2 lived through was overwritten, all because of the actions that the protagonist M took to save his own. I'd say that's the same as killing someone, don't you think?
No.
Next is the multiverse hypothesis. In this situation, M2's life is never erased. Instead, a mystery remains. So, where did M2, the version who remembers being well off, up and disappear to?
Where he went.
This is what I think. On the same day that protagonist M used the time machine, M2, for some reason, did the same as M and went back to the past. But then he did the exact opposite of M.
The opposite?
Mm-hmm. He stopped his dad from punching the bully.
So, when he returned to his own time, it was the world poor M had lived in.
Are you saying that they pretty much switched places?
It would keep everything consistent.
Congratulations.
That's
In addition to this
depressing.
series and this particular
What
game
is?
being fucking stupid,
M2's
it has now made
situation.
Back to the Future
Well,
worse in association.
He ends up getting the bum end of the deal regardless of which scenario happens.
Damn.
Or
That's
alternatively,
pretty
if you go with,
unfair.
I don't know, a million other
Yes.
explanations considering the metaphysics
true.
you've set up.
But
Yeah, I always like the
this
theory
is
that interacting
rather
with or being
difficult to
involved
say,
with the time
Carlos.
machine when the time
your
machine
case may be
occurs
exactly the same.
prevents you from being
What?
affected by it.
Your consciousness could have come from another history.
Or alternatively,
over
as you mess
this
with time,
way.
it just creates more
In
timelines.
exchange,
Yeah.
the Carlos who was here originally.
Or there's an infinite number of timelines and Element is going to kill us all.
No.
Maybe being hit by a DeLorean
Another
removes your
reason
body from existence.
the
He
other
actually ran
history-
over that universe's Marty.
There's no use in getting upset. You simply need to accept that that's what shifting is.
Congrats, you have an ability you
But
can't consciously
wait,
use,
Akane,
but
how
now
did
you're going to
you
feel
know
super
that
conscious
Carlos
about
is
it.
able to shift?
He mentioned before that he knows which path has death at the end and which is safe. I just sort of knew too.
So about that whole not consciously used thing,
An arsonist.
out of every protagonist
set fire
across
to our
all
house
three of
when
these
I was
games,
18.
Carlos is
My parents
probably the
didn't make
smartest one because he actually
though I
figures
wasn't
out how
able
to
get my
trigger his
sister
own
Maria
shifting.
out. But we didn't make a clean escape. Maria fell into some sort of coma. They first thought that she had carbon monoxide poisoning, but that wasn't what it was.
Reverie syndrome. A variety of moments flicker in and out of the mind, as if one was constantly dreaming. We believe this is what your sister has.
Maria is either receiving large amounts of information from the morphogenetic field, or her consciousness cannot stop its jumping between multiple histories.
Then she's like us.
Yes.
So can't we solve
Though
this
it's
by just giving her a
slightly
tinfoil hat?
In Maria's case, that power is running rampant within her. That is what the reverie syndrome really is.
What?
If a way can be found to control the ability, then she could recover from it.
Is that true? I see. That's good. So there's some hope for her.
Hey, Carlos. When you dove into the fire to save your sister, you were able to hear her voice, right?
Yeah, I was.
Carlos, I'm here! I'm over here!
Maria! Maria, is that you? Just stay there! I'm coming to get you!
No matter how you
I
look
knew
at
my
it,
dad shouldn't have
there
tried
was
to deep
no
fry
way
a
her voice
turkey.
could reach me. But I realized exactly where she was, and I found her quickly. That was the first time. After that, I could hear victims crying out in the fires, and which way would lead to my death.
Oh, this ability we have is triggered by intense danger.
When we're threatened by a crisis, it's easier for us to access the field.
I get it. So that's what it was.
So, Carlos, Junpei, shall we shift?
Huh?
What?
There's really no reason to play the AB game. Well, as it stands right now, it's incredibly likely the both of you will decide to pick ally. But instead of going through that, it'd be better to shift to another history. It'll work! The three of us will definitely be able to do it! But only if we find our lives in danger.
Wait, what do you mean by
Quick,
danger?
stick your hands into the water.
The control panel has detected an error in the program.
Oh, wow.
To supply additional material. Please quarantine or disconnect the control panel.
Hey, Akane?
Hmm?
You're really turning the reactor into a bomb?
I told you earlier, didn't I? Our lives have to be in danger for our shift ability to manifest.
But this is absolutely nuts. Even if we do manage to do this, the us who are from whatever history we switch with will end up...
Do you plan on dying here then?
Oh, right. I forgot you were like that.
The main core is preventing the shield from deploying. Please evacuate now. Please evacuate now.
So, where do we need to jump to?
Well...
You didn't consider that part?
Well, if we knew in advance, the effect of the threat would be lessened.
You're not affected by any of this at all, are you?
That's not true. Here, look. My heart's pounding so fast.
Look, that's something you can see.
2 minutes until detonation.
Hey, it's kind of getting down to the wire here.
Make a decision. Do you want to check it?
Shit! Okay, we're just gonna have to go for it. Jump to the same history I am.
The same history?
Which one?
Think! There's a history when we didn't get all ones on the dice rolls. The moment right after that. Are you insane? We're just gonna get ourselves killed! It's okay. I have a plan.
30 seconds until detonation.
All right. I trust you, Junpei.
Ah, damn it! Junpei, if we die, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
They shift into another universe. They're all in Best Buy uniforms. Oh, wrong universe.
Well, this is a fate worse than death. All right, and with that, that is where we are actually going to call it for today. We will see what Junpei's clever and amazing plan is next week.
On the bright side, they avoided playing the AB game by the most logical answer, making the entire place explode.
Yep.
Again.
Yep. So that'll do it for us for this week. Join us on Tuesday when I believe you guys are going to be continuing with Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
That's correct.
Then on Saturday for more Atelier Ryza, and right back here next Sunday where we find out what Junpei's stunning and brilliant plan is to deal with the miniguns popping out of the chests of suits of armor and gunning them all down horribly because they didn't all roll ones on a d6. Until then, I've been your host, Bograt.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been Shiv.
I've been Hunter Grain.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, y'all.
Hi, everyone.